Alright, boys. A new era today. I'm using an iPhone officially to record. I'm using my normal recording phone just for the music, which is actually pretty nice because I don't have to manage all my music on the camera. I could just do it from here. So I'm gonna put on something good here. We're gonna gym pin this up. We're doing adductors first today because I think adductors are insanely important. Like if you have giant adductors, you're gonna look so much different. Just look up Keon Pearson from the 212 division in bodybuilding. Dude, he's freaking amazing. Adductors literally are so big that they touch together. So, I mean, it makes you have a huge leg, even if your quads don't look that great, even if your hamstrings don't look that great, your adductors being massive changes everything. So, we're starting off with that. So we're on to the hamstring curl. We're gonna rambunctiously rep the full stack like an absolute freak of nature. Let's go. Okay. I did that with no warm-up. We're gonna do one more set each leg, and hopefully it should be a little better. I'm gonna use the other foot to stabilize, so I'm gonna have it on the actual thing. I'm gonna try my absolute best not to cheat, but just cluing you in on what I'm doing so that way my ankle has a little bit more stability. I definitely don't want to tweak it again. All right, boys. Look what we got here. A new, decent camera. Hopefully you guys like it. It's an iPhone, which I've never had, so gotta mess with the exposure. That's way too low. What the frick? I don't know what I'm doing. All right, boys. I'm just gonna do a little voiceover because this is a large portion of the video where I normally wouldn't talk. I'm pushing probably like 23% body fat right now, if I had to guess. Maybe a little more. Not entirely sure. I do weigh 190 pounds at 5'8", so definitely on the heavier end for my height, especially natural, which is pretty cool. But at the same time, boys, we're not trying to be over 20% because generally speaking, your test isn't going to be very high compared to what it could be at, like, say, 12%. You're also going to be more insulin resistant, and those two things aren't good for gains. In fact, they make your gains much worse. So I didn't want to gain this much weight. In fact, I don't really even believe in bulking that much, to be honest. But
I ended up just kind of being like, you know what? I want to enjoy myself, especially over the holidays. I don't want to overthink it and just be super tedious about the whole thing, because at the end of the day, I really love this. I love training for bodybuilding. I love posing. I love being in good shape, being strong. I love all that. I love everything that fitness encompasses. But at the same time, I do think that there is a balance to your life. And, I've been so strict for so long in terms of making sure I eat very, very correctly that it can get a little bit old, And I'm not saying that you should just be like, okay, I agree with you, Max. Thanks for giving me the go-ahead to get fat. That's not my point. My point is that if you need to live a little, live a little, If you're not prepping for a show, I don't really see the point in obsessing over it. And, I'm just going to speak on another thing, too, that a lot of people have been talking about. It is kind of trending to, hate yourself for whatever reason. Not really sure what that's all about, but a lot of guys, especially around my age in the fitness space, they think that, hating themselves somehow increases muscle growth, which is one of the dumbest, stupidest things I've ever heard in my life, especially considering, the effects that stress has on your gains. In fact, I think it would lower your muscle gains, right? Now, if we're talking about you don't know how to push a hard set without very intense emotion involved, I would say, yeah, then maybe you could use a little negative motivation. If somebody bullied you in the past, or, people said some things to you that were mean, maybe you could use that as a little bit of motivation. But I don't get the whole mentality of, oh man, you just have to really hate yourself and just, you just hate being small and all this. Nah, dude, that's not. If you spend so much time in a negative mindset like that, you are not going to have the best life you can have. It's going to feel a lot worse. So, with that said, enjoy yourself, bro. I will see you on Monday.